Welcome to Quick Degrees. Quick Degrees provides videos to help the public efficiently navigate their higher education experience. Our goal is to provide students with the knowledge and resources to successfully and swiftly complete their chosen education program. Today I'm going to help you select a college or a career education. To do so, first of all, you want to decide what career or careers you're interested in. If you have already selected your careers, then you can begin researching the requirements for your chosen career. If you don't have a career option in mind, then there are other ways to narrow down your career field. Consider your personal limitations and preferences. What school subjects are you naturally better at? Career tests to gauge your interests are available online, and they are also available through your local job service and higher education institutions. Have you considered a trade field? Trades tend to have shorter schooling or training programs and a higher pay upon completion. Trade careers cover a broad range of interests, from dental hygienists, CNA, plumbing, electricians, graphic designers, welders, CDL truck driving. Being unsure of what you want to do is not a deal breaker. A large portion of college graduates have degrees in very generalized fields, such as business or liberal arts. You must decide what you're looking to get out of your degree. The benefits of generalized degrees are that you may have a broader range of job options, but you may get paid less in those fields than you would in a very specific degree field. Once you have selected a career or narrowed down your career options, the next step is to research the requirements of the career. One way to do that is to find out if there is a licensing board associated with that career path. You can go to an online browser and search for the career title, the state, and the words licensing board to find out if there is a licensing board in that state. Once you find the website for the licensing board, you can then review the requirements of the career on the licensing board's website, such as the level of education required, physical limitations, testing that needs to take place, and criminal background prohibited items that you may have in your history. Another way to research the requirements of a career is to job shadow. A job shadow is usually a half-a-day experience where you perform the job duties with someone who is currently performing the job duties, such as job shadowing a plumber, where they're actually doing plumber-related tasks. And then during that time process, you would help them, you would learn about the job, and you'd be able to ask questions. In order to job shadow, you would generally contact the employer and ask them if they would allow you to job shadow. Unless you know a current employee, and you can find out if they have the option to allow you to job shadow. Once you've researched the requirements of the career or careers that you're interested in, the next step is to consider your preferred mode of education, online or in class. Consider your preferences and limitations. Some education programs require that you attend in person, but many offer an online alternative. You may not know which works best for you until you try one. Once you've considered your preferred mode of education, the next step is to view your options. To view your options, the best website or source to use is the College Navigator. The College Navigator is a federal government website that any higher education institution offering financial aid is required to report detailed education data with through the federal government. The program that they report the information through is the Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data System, or IPEDS. And this information is made available to the public through the College Navigator. Some trade programs are not listed in the College Navigator if they're very short-term programs like CNA or CDL programs, or on-the-job programs through employers, through things like plumbing apprenticeship programs and such. But the majority of education programs, including career training programs, are offered through this website or provided information through this website. So this website, in order to use it, you would select criteria such as browsing programs and selecting the program that works best for you. So I'm going to choose a program as an example. I'm choosing culinary arts, and for the culinary arts program there are 3 different subcategories. I'm going to add all 3 of them because I don't know for sure which one I want. And you can narrow your search by only finding the schools that offer these selections at distance education, or only find schools that offer all of these selections. That's not something I want to do. So I'm going to close this box here. And now I'm going to select what part of the country do I want to be in when I receive this education. If I do want to do it in class. So I'm going to select North Dakota. And since I've narrowed down the program and the state, I'm going to show the results. So there is only one institution in North Dakota that offers this program. And I'm going to click on the institution. You will receive the ability to view a variety of information about this institution, such as their phone number, website, type of institution, and there are a lot of different subcategories that you can go into and learn about the institution, including tuition and fees. I'm going to look at the programs and majors and then search for culinary arts to see more detail about the people who've completed, or the number of people who've completed this program in the last reporting cycle. So I can see here culinary arts chef training, and there are 9 completers of this program. So 9 people received some sort of degree. So I'm going to scroll up and see what sort of degree that was. It looks like it was an associate's degree in that last reporting cycle. So it's not a minuscule program. It does exist. But at this point, I would go through all of this other information to learn about the institution and see if it interests me. And then I would go to the website and see if I can find more information about the program so that I know if this is the program for me. Once you have viewed the College Navigator information for each college, the next step would be to review the aspects of the college again, which could be through the College Navigator or through the college website. Per College Board, here are some aspects to consider when selecting a college: size, location, distance from home, available majors and classes, housing options, makeup of the student body, available extracurricular activities, and campus atmosphere. College reputation is another aspect to consider. A college's reputation can have a great impact on a graduate's employability. You can search the internet by the college name to find news articles on the colleges. A number of websites provide college rankings or ranking information by categories such as academics and extracurricular activities. These are useful in deciding which college fits you best. Once you have viewed the educational institution options, the next step is to gather information from the educational institutions you're interested in directly, going to their website and contacting their admissions office as well as their advisor office. Their advisor office can provide you with the answers to any questions that you have about the program, the mode of education, the duration of the program, and then you can make an informed decision about which program you prefer the most. Once you have gathered information directly from the educational institution or institutions, the next step is to do a cost-benefit analysis. Similar to a pros and cons list, write a list of what your education will cost you and what you will then gain from your education once it is completed. Consider ways to limit the cost and amplify your gains to select the most beneficial education plan for you. Costs can include items such as duration, how long it will take you to complete your education program. Some institutions offer special accelerated courses or programs that are not easily identified through the College Navigator or through the college materials they provide you. I recommend contacting an advisor at the school to verify if there is an accelerated program or accelerated program options. Another cost to you is time and energy. How much time and energy will you allocate towards the education program while it is ongoing? Most institutions will provide an estimated number of hours of homework to expect per course on their website. Will you be able to work while attending school? Do they have courses that work well with your intended work schedule, such as night courses or independent study courses? Another type of cost is normal cost, which is money. How much money will it cost you for tuition, fees, books, housing, meals, and transportation? Are you eligible for any scholarships, tuition breaks, or grants? Is it cheaper to go to school locally instead of far away from home? Consider out-of-state versus in-state tuition costs, including reciprocity tuition. Consider costs for living on campus or off campus. And if the institution requires that you live on campus for the first year, which some institutions do while you're attending school. And can you rent your books from the educational institution, or can you rent them from another source like Chegg.com, which is a book rental place for education institutions? And sometimes the schools actually have rental books through them. So all of these factors have to come into play. What I mentioned about in-state or out-of-state tuition is something that you'll want to look into extensively if you are going to school in another state, because some schools in some states offer what's called reciprocity or not completely out-of-state tuition, or if you're doing online classes, a lot of times there's a different cost for online courses than there are for in-class courses. All of these factors need to be considered when you're looking at costs. And then another type of cost is environment. Will you need to relocate? And if you relocate, will you have everything you need? Will you feel safe? Will you have family? Will you have friends? Are these necessities for you to have? Or are you looking for an adventure and that's why you want to go out of state? Once you've completed a cost analysis, next you'll want to do a benefits analysis. Benefits can include items such as knowledge. One of the goals of higher education is to gain knowledge of how to perform best in the career you choose. To make sure that you get the most out of your education, consider looking at the rankings websites that I suggested in the past and comparing how they rank academically or score academically based on the career that you choose. Another benefit is wage. One of the goals of higher education is to gain a career that pays well. The average pay for almost every type of career is publicly reported. Every state government in the United States is required by the federal government to publicly provide an estimate of the average pay by occupation. An example, in North Dakota, the average pay by occupation can be found by going to the website ndlmi.com and clicking on Employment and Wage by Occupation. I'll show you this example. This is ndlmi.com, and here is Employment and Wage by Occupation. I'm clicking on it now, and then I can scroll down to Reports, and then the most current year report, which is 2022. Now in this document, every occupation that has an occupational code is listed in this document, and you can search for the occupation. Here's an example, registered nurse. I'm going to search for. Okay, here's registered nurse. And it provides the average or mean wage, annual wage for North Dakota for a registered nurse right here. And then it also provides it by each region within North Dakota and also by different percentiles, like the top paid people, the top 20 5% paid people, the average or median paid people, and the lower paid people as well. So you can see the wage by that as well. And I had it in reverse here, so it was 10th percentile was the lowest 10th percentile, and 90th percentile was the highest. So you can look at that information. It is available by every state in the United States, but this is only specifically North Dakota. In order to find each state, you would have to go to a browser and search for that state and employment and wages by occupation, and then every state would have it set up on their labor market information website differently. But the reports will look somewhat similar. Once you have completed a cost-benefit analysis of the career paths and institutions that you are interested in, you can compare them to select the best educational path for you.